Welcome back to our Life Group Leader Training Session 2. In our last video, we talked about the purpose of life groups at New Life Church. And in life groups, our job is to help people connect and to care for people's needs and really to help them grow. Well, in this video, I want to give you some practical tips to help you become the best life group leader you can be. And it ties to the purpose of life groups that we've already talked about: connect, care, and grow. We could talk for an hour about each of these different various areas, but don't worry, we won't. I want to give you a brief overview of each of these and some ways that you can practically live these out. Now, the first area I want to begin addressing is the area of connect. So let's talk practically. How do you, as a life group leader, help people find connection? Well, there's several ways you can do this. At the first couple meetings, consider having name tags for everyone so that they can know each other's names. People begin to feel known when other people know their name. The goal is to relationally help people connect with one another. So as people arrive, introduce them to one another. Point out maybe some things that you might know that they have in common. Another way to help people connect is by starting your group with an icebreaker question, or by facilitating a great conversation within your group, or even by asking for prayer requests, or by having them pray for each other. Maybe before and after the group, help people get to know each other. And during these times, look for people who may be on the fringes, who are struggling to connect, and draw them in. You can also help people connect when you serve together as a group, or when you help them take next steps in their spiritual journey. Now, the second aspect of connecting well with others is in your communication. We want to encourage you to weekly send out some form of communication to your group, even if it's just a simple email or text. In this message, you can send out any announcements, maybe a prayer request, or give them details about what you'll be covering next week, or maybe even send out a word of encouragement. Here's the deal. Intentionality with our communication shows that we care for people. Some groups like to text one another, other groups like to use GroupMe, and a lot of our groups have now transitioned over to our new app called Church Center. And they find it super convenient for communicating with one another, where they can send out resources to one another, they can make announcements, but they also can talk about what's going on in the life group and talk about the things that God's showing them, or just talk about things and laugh together. You'll want to communicate with your life group on a weekly basis in some capacity. Now, the third way to connect as a life group is to meet occasionally between meetings. Here's what I mean by that. Is the only time that you meet with your life group, is that during your weekly meeting? It may be, but if that's all you do, you could run the risk of your group not being as connected as you would like if you only ever meet at that designated time. Now, this is not a requirement, but we would encourage you to do this, to meet with the people from your life group outside your life group time from time to time, because it will strengthen your connection with the people in your group. Also, encourage your group members to connect with one another so that there's more connection taking place. And the final way that you can help people connect, and this is probably the biggest one, is to plan for fun every semester. Just plan something where you're going to have fun together. This is a time where maybe you won't do a Bible study at all. Instead, this is where your group is going to gather. Maybe you're going to go out to eat, or you're going to have people over and you're going to barbecue. The goal is to have tons of fun, to laugh, and to enjoy each other. Maybe you're going to play some board games, or maybe some outdoor games like Can Jam or Bags, or maybe you can watch a sporting event together, or go to an Arkansas Travelers game, or maybe a Razorback game together. So hang out, have fun, have a barbecue, have everyone make their best dish and eat some great food. But the goal of this is to laugh and enjoy being together. I promise you that you will experience more connection in this one fun event than you might throughout the whole rest of your time of meeting together. So during the rest of the semester, be sure that you plan a fun event or two with your group. Now, the second way that you can be a great life group leader is to care for your group. Now, how can you as a life group leader care for all the needs of the people in your group? Well, here's a few things that you can do to get started. The first way you can begin to show care is with prayer. I want to encourage you to pray for your group. I think one of the top needs that people have in their life is prayer. And when they know that you're praying for them, it communicates that you care for them. So pray for the people in your group. Here's what I would encourage you to do. Make a list of every person in your life group. Put it somewhere that you see it every day, maybe, and just pray over the names of each person in your group. You'll want to pray for the people in your group, and as you pray for them, text them or reach out to them. Let them know that you're praying for them. You might even text a prayer to someone in your group. You might just text out what that prayer is. It just lets them know that you're thinking about them, that you care about them, and that you're lifting them up. Especially if there's something big going on in their life. If they've got a job interview or a doctor's appointment or something of that nature, be sure to reach out to them and let them know that you're praying for them. Pray for the people in your group, because prayer changes things. Prayer moves mountains and it releases the work of God in our lives. Also, pray for your group. Pray for your group meetings. Take time to pray for when your life group meets. If you'll spend a moment every week and just say a prayer, maybe something like, God, would you show up at this meeting? Don't just bring people here, but God, we want you to move. God, would you touch people's hearts? Would you help them grow in their walks with you? If you begin to pray prayers like that over your group every week, I promise you, it's gonna make a difference. Here's why. In James 5, it tells us that the prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective. Your prayers are powerful and effective. And finally, anytime you meet with someone in your group, pray for them. If you're having coffee with them or lunch, or if you have a phone call with them and there's something going on in their life, just close out that time by saying, hey, can I pray for you? Wherever you're at, just say a prayer with them right there, because that's how you take care of people in your group. I remember a couple of years ago, my wife and I, we walked through a season of losing some family members in a very short period of time. It was our life group that was there for us, praying for us. They were bringing meals to us. They were checking in on us. They would text us that they were praying and that we were on their hearts and their minds. Guys, I'm just gonna tell you, that carried us through that really hard season of loss. Life groups are the place where the body of Christ shows up to care for each other. When we show up for each other, we care for one another. When we provide support in the big events that happen in each other's lives, that shows that we care. Now, this could happen over a number of different things. It could be maybe somebody's in the hospital. Maybe you want to rally around them, pray over them and support them and encourage them. Or if they just had a baby, your group could sign up and create a meal calendar where you sign up and you bring them food, and there's a chance for everybody just to come and to celebrate them and to bring them a meal and to bless them. Or if they're sick, maybe you're gonna reach out to them and send them a text, let them know you're praying for them, or even call them. It can also be where there's a big events to celebrate. It just doesn't have to be when someone's in tragedy. We want to celebrate people. So if somebody has a birthday, you want to celebrate that. If they get a job promotion, or maybe they have an anniversary, or something big happens, you want to be there for those big moments. You're their support group, right? You're the one that's surrounding them and taking care of them and supporting them and really just celebrating the big things that go on in each other's lives. That's a great way to take care of people in your group. And finally, you want to resource the people in your group. And what I mean by this is that you're gonna have people in your group that go through things from time to time. Maybe they're gonna have a financial issue, or maybe they're having difficulty in their marriage, or they're having a challenge with their teenage child and their communication. Different things come up all the time. And they might need you to come and say, I can help you. Well, here's the good news. You don't actually have to have all the answers. You just need to know where to find the answers. And you can come to one of your campus staff or to our life group team. We're here to help you with anything that you might need. We are also partnering you with a life group coach who can help you find answers and support that you need. Anything that you have need of, or if somebody has a question that maybe you don't know how to answer, or if they need help, that life group coach is just a phone call or text message away for you to get the information that you need, and then you can resource that person. You can let them know about opportunities that we offer as a church. We're here to help people and to serve people and to help them find solutions in whatever they're facing, and to let them know, and this is one of the biggest things, that they're not alone in life and in their struggles. And you are the person that gets to resource them because you know where to find out the answers to those questions. And when you do those things, then you are taking care of the people in your group. Now, the final way that you can be an awesome life group leader is to help people grow. That's because that's what life groups do. They help people grow. So how do you help people grow as a life group leader? Well, there's a couple ways that you can do this. First of all, you want to plan times where you as a group can go and serve together. We have opportunities all throughout our church and all throughout the year to serve as a life group. There's several ways that you can do this as a group. You can find a place in the church where you want to serve together. There's lots of life groups in our church who serve together as greeters or ushers, or they serve in kids ministry or in student ministries together. Or you could even just do a serve at Easter or Christmas. With the large influx of people that we have at those times of year, we're always looking for more people who can help us serve our community effectively. We believe that the church should be the friendliest and most hospitable place in the planet. Or you could serve as a group at one of our camps or one of our conferences that we have every year. Here's the thing for you to know. The more that you serve together, the closer you'll become and the more you'll grow spiritually. Another way that you could serve is across our various campuses. We have these serve days. They come up every summer and throughout the year where we serve at local nonprofits or in our community or by serving various people in need. We also serve whenever there's natural disasters through CityServe by meeting the needs of those in our community. Remember, the more that you serve together, the more you'll grow together. Something else that you can do to help those in your group grow is to think, what is each person's next step? If you'll actually take time throughout the semester to think through what is the next step that each person in my life group needs to take, you're gonna help them grow. Now, before you can do that, you first have to get to know them. You have to connect with them. And as you get to know them, you find out their story, you find out where they're at in their life, and then you'll be able to help them take next steps. And their next step can be something as simple as going to a Connect class, or maybe our foundations classes, or real change. It might be leading them to Christ. It could even be encouraging them to get baptized. Man, when you do that as a life group, it's so special. A next step may just be somebody praying out loud for the first time in your life group. It might be somebody helping them develop a regular habit of praying and the word. It could be helping them find a place to serve in the church. It could be having them help you co-lead your life group with the hopes that someday they're gonna launch and start their own life group. But many of you watching this video can think back and say that the very first time I ever prayed out loud, maybe in front of people, besides over a meal, it was in a life group setting. And if somebody does that for the very first time, would that not be a powerful next step for them to take in their walk with God? And so, I want you to just begin thinking of each person in your group and what are next steps that you can help them take and how you can take them from where they're at to just one step further in their walk with God. If you do that, you'll have such a powerful and incredible group where you're actually able to see growth taking place in every person's life in your group. Now, in closing, one way we help people grow is by helping them live out the mission of our church, which is rooted and based in the Great Commission that we see in Scripture and the Great Commandment. Now, the Great Commandment is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself. And the Great Commission is where we're deployed to go, to tell people about Jesus, and to baptize them and to disciple all people. So our mission at New Life Church embodies both of those, the Great Commission and the Great Commandment. We like to say it this way. Our mission is to reach our friends and our family with the life-giving message of Jesus and to help them become fully devoted followers of Jesus. Now, what does that mean? Well, in church terminology, reaching our friends and our family for Jesus is really our phrase for evangelism. That is seeing people come to faith in Christ and then going public through the waters of baptism, going public with their faith, telling everyone, I follow Jesus. And then the aspect where we talk about helping them become fully devoted followers of Jesus, that's really our phrase for discipleship, which is helping people grow in their faith. This simply means we want to reach our friends and our family, to encourage those in our life group to do the same thing, so that we can introduce people to Jesus and give them an opportunity to respond to His grace, to surrender to Him as Lord, and then encourage them to follow Christ and to be baptized, and then to help them take next steps to grow in their faith. Now, guys, I know that was a lot of content. So just a quick 1-minute review of what we've talked about in this video is that the purpose of our life groups is really this: connect, care, and grow. And a few ways that we live that out is when we help people connect, we do that by creating spaces for people to engage with one another, by communicating with your group on a regular basis, by meeting with people in your group in between meetings, at least one time a semester, and by planning for fun with your group. When we care, we do that by praying for people, by providing support, and by resourcing them. We grow people in our life group by helping them take a next step, by serving together as a group, by helping them live out our mission as a church, and by raising up new leaders. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this video has helped equip you and given you some practical ways on how you can connect, care, and grow for those people in your group. Have an awesome day.